What is going on, everybody? It is your boy, the Eternal Sith. We have so much to talk about today. By the way, I want to thank everybody for whoever is on right now who will watch this later, now, then, forever. Just like, yeah. But anyway, I want to thank everybody for coming on. We have so much to talk about today. This is gonna be me just doing a live stream today, just me going solo. You're gonna see a lot of that, or I might have some special guests as time goes on, but today it's going to be me. I wanted to do a live stream just me today because there's so much Star Wars that I wanted to talk about that has been in the news lately, and I've covered it on my actual other channel at the Eternal Sith Network. So I have two channels now, two, not one, but two, where I talk everything Star Wars. Here I've been putting some shorts that way, just the channel stays a little bit active, but there's things going on both sides of it. Um, yeah, I mean, we have so much. Again, super awesome to see to be here now live, talking with you guys as it's been a while. But let's we're gonna have different topics today. So we're gonna have a total of four topics that we're gonna talk about today. And they're gonna talk about the first one. By the way, like I said, I want to welcome everybody to the new channel. What's going on? Horns up. Like I said, from here, this is just going to be a channel that is straight just live streams. You'll see a lot of live streams, you'll see some interviews, you'll have different things, but we're going to make it a little bit different. We're going to have some different guests on. Like I said, today is just more like an introduction, and then we're going to talk about there's four topics today, and I will put the topics right down right over here as the show goes on. So again, we're starting off small. Again, we have a brand new channel, so we're going to build it from ground up, and we're going to have a whole bunch of things to talk about. And one of the things that I did want to start off talking about is the Andor series, right? We know we're getting the Andor series this upcoming August. Yes, August. We're getting it in August, which is super exciting. I don't know how I feel about Andor. I know a bunch of you guys are excited for it. Again, comment in the comment section. How do you feel about Andor? I have mixed feelings about it. I don't know if it's because I saw it 1,000 times at Star Wars Celebration, which I got to go to. I saw the trailer like over 5 times easily. They kept replaying it. And I don't know what they're going to be doing with that series in the sense of like, we know that it's going to be Cassian Andor, but what other characters, what other cameos are we going to get? Like one of the things that I wanted to talk about was that I got to hear was that we might be getting Kenobi, we might be getting a possible Ahsoka. Is that something you guys want? Do you want to see Ahsoka in the Andor series? As we know, her TV show is going to be coming out sometime next year. So I don't know. I don't know how I feel about that series. The one character that I did a video on at the Eternal Sith Network that you guys got to go check out is the reason why I bring up Andor is because of Rogan's character. I put a poll out on my channel on the Eternal Sith Network on who everybody would want to see in that series: Ahsoka, Saw Gerrera, Kenobi, Harrison Dula, or Rogan. Rogan got like the least amount of votes, which is pretty upsetting, which is pretty sad because I really want to see his character in that series. But I really would love to see his character in the Andor series. And you guys could comment, let me know what you would want to see, which character you want. But I personally want to see that. I think that it makes the most sense. I think that it would be really cool to see his character develop. As we know, again, we got a little bit of it. We got a taste of his character in the Kenobi series, which was really, really cool. And again, they one of the things that that you hear Kenobi telling him, to continue the fight against the Empire, and then Rogan responds, "I'm just getting started." I mean, that into a continuation into Andor, I think makes the most sense. Great Jedi, what's going on, dude? Welcome, welcome. I asked what time was it not when it started, as you already told me when it starts. What you want to know what time it was my time. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. All right. Well, I mean, technically, it was the time that I posted it. So if you saw that post, that was the time that it was. But anyway, but yeah. So, I mean, comment. What do you think? Like, would you want to see Roken's character? Like I said, I know that I really want to learn more about him. I think that his character is a character that should be developed more and more, dove into, because I mean, we've seen Saw Gerrera so much in Star Wars. We've seen Ahsoka. We've seen, Kenobi. At this point, I want to see other characters. I want to see, the new characters from the Kenobi series as we just got it. I want to learn more about his character. Wow, 135 your time. Wow, man. That if is that AM? That's really, really wow. You're a trooper. I appreciate you, man. You're a real one. Um, yeah, I mean, I just don't want to see the same characters. I would like to see some new characters come into the Andor series, and I think that what a way to introduce his character. Now, there's a whole bunch of people that could come. I mean, it makes sense. One of the other characters that I was talking about today that I did a video on was Hondo's character. What a great way to introduce his character. I feel like, him, Cassian Andor being a rebel spy, him doing things that, were kind of like a little bit like Hondo. I would like to see Hondo in this series. I think it would make the most sense. And you guys could comment in the comment section. What do you guys think? Would you want to see Hondo in the Andor series? But again, I do know that for the Mandalorian, that's like the baby of like everything where they're bringing everything into that and Book of Boba Fett. I know the two. We got to see Cad Bane for the first time in the Book of Boba Fett, so that was really cool as we finally got him from the animated series of the Clone Wars. That was cool. So again, I that's how I really feel about Andor. Like I feel like I'm, a little bit, a little bit back and forth with it. Like I'm 50-50. Like I'm excited because it's more Star Wars content. But at the same time, I hope that they really do a good job with this. I hope that the story is really well. It's not, I'll tell you one thing. I don't know if I'm going to be doing a live stream for it. I know some of you guys have been asking me. I don't know. It's a show that I'm really, like I said, I'm not really excited for. I don't know how you guys feel. Let me know if you guys feel the same way or you are. Like I said, there is no debate on like, oh, like it's gonna be this. It's like no, I mean, if you love it, if you think the series is gonna be good, all the power to you, and that's fine. Like I said, I just personally it's not my tasting, and that's totally fine. To each their own. Everybody's Star Wars is different, right? But again, it's a show that I'm definitely excited for. Could I see Ahsoka in it? For sure. Could I see Kenobi in it, as it's been told that he possibly got casted for it? I don't know. I don't know if Kenobi really fits in this. His story's been told so much. I think that what we have in the Kenobi series, I feel like, seeing him finally meet with Qui-Gon, that like ended the chapter that I think for myself I've been wanting for the longest time as a child. Was after I saw the Phantom Menace, I wanted to see that chapter close, as we know that they haven't seen each other since the Phantom Menace, as he died right at the hands of Maul. That was one that I wanted for the longest time, and I'm so happy we finally got it. And I think that we can close that chapter, that door, to having Kenobi and other things. I think Ewan McGregor's character is perfect where he is now. They're continuing it with the comic series. I think the second one just came out, which I have, and it was really good. It's basically like the memoirs of Kenobi during that time, during now the time between obviously what we got and then obviously A New Hope. But I think that's it. I think for his character, I'm kind of done. I don't want to see any more. But again, you guys comment in the comment section and you guys could let me know. Don't be shy. Don't be shy. But before we do keep going, I'll see what I actually got. I actually bought something. Paro, wow, look who's here, the big bro. What's popping? Look who it is. But I'm actually Paro, I'm gonna send you something, so check out your thing. Let me see. I don't even when was the last time? Yeah. Oh, here we go. But yeah, so like I said, it's one that I definitely would love to see happen with Rogan's character. I mean Kenobi, yeah, I don't know how I feel, but I want to go into the next topic, which I'm gonna get to in just a second. Just bear with me, guys. I'm trying to look for something right now that I wanna. But yeah, how are you guys doing so far? As I am like so full. I just ate before I did this live stream. I was like, I have to eat because if not, I'm gonna be so hungry while I do this live stream. And you always want to do it on a Para. If you're still here, check your message. Sent you something nice. But anyway, let's get to the. Should we get to the second topic? I think we should. I think we really should. And that is Ahsoka. Let's talk about Ahsoka, right? we know that Ahsoka for now is coming out next year sometime, or possibly at the end of this year. I think it's next year if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, next year because they're still filming. As we saw a little bit of a trailer, which was pretty dope. We saw that at Star Wars Celebration. There's like this trailer lingering around, which is pretty cool. I mean, I enjoy it. I'm happy. I think it's cool to see Ahsoka's TV series finally come to life. I think that it's amazing. Hell yeah, Miss haha, Miss Tano for sure, dude. For sure. I mean, I am there's so much that I'm excited for this series. Um, but I don't know. Gino rules. Hashtag Gino rules. I mean, she's not gonna be in there, for yeah, she's not gonna be in there, unfortunately. For I know some people that do enjoy her character, but she will not be there as she is not a part of Disney. But we're not gonna get into that here. How do you guys feel about Ahsoka? Are you guys excited for it? What's like the number? Are you excited for the search for Ezra, the search for Thrawn? Because obviously if she finds Thrawn, she finds Ezra. I have so many what ifs with this whole thing of Ezra and Thrawn. Um, but I don't know if I really want to get into that now. If you guys want to get into it, you could comment about it, talk about it a little bit. But I know for me, I I'm excited for it. Like I think that seeing her character in The Mandalorian was really dope. And seeing it again just happen was like really, really cool. As she's like looking for Grand Admiral Thrawn. Because again, if she finds Thrawn, she obviously finds Ezra, right? So that's pretty cool. It's exciting, sure, for sure. I mean, they're going to be exploring, these unknown regions where we've never probably, like again, things that we haven't seen, which is pretty cool. Which I'm with you, Great Jedi. Like new territory is always awesome to explore in Star Wars. I think that if done beautifully, I think this show. Let me tell you, I think out of all the live action shows that we're going to be getting, like from the first phase, because I'm gonna call it a phase, right? I mean, I think it's fair to say we could call these shows phases, kind of like how Marvel has done it, like with the movies and stuff. But I feel like everything is a phase because, like, we know that phase one was, back then was up until 2022, and it was, supposed to feature Lando, the Acolyte, which they're still doing, which is awesome. But I know Lando got pushed to the side a little bit, but this series alone is going to be I feel like it's going to be done so beautifully, and I'm super excited about it. And one of the things that I wanted to talk about here on the live stream, was that Natasha, Liu Bordizzo just recently spoke on an interview, and she basically said that while it's it wouldn't hurt for fans who have seen who haven't seen Rebels, it's totally fine. It's not really necessary to watch Rebels, and that to me kind of I don't know how you guys feel about that. Like the fact that a lot of people haven't seen Rebels and it's a great time. Yeah, for me, I do like Rebels. I enjoyed it. But as they did say, this is a standalone. Like this is Ahsoka's story, but it's kind of a continuation too of Rebels. So like when you say for Natasha's character, Bordizzo, saying that you kind of don't have to see, you don't have to watch Star Wars Rebels to understand Ahsoka, that doesn't even, for me, it just doesn't make sense because how do you watch a show that, okay, I understand it's a standalone and it's Ahsoka's like, kind of like story at that point in time. But I mean, she's with the Ghost Crew. They're in the search for Ezra and Thrawn. So why would you not watch Rebels? Can anybody in the chat explain to me why you wouldn't watch Rebels? Because I personally think that if I'm gonna watch Ahsoka, I have to watch Rebels. I mean, the two go hand in hand. So for her to kind of come out and say that again, we all know that sometimes things are like people like to kind of like throw some fire in the throw some like wood in the pit and like ignite things or charcoal, whatever you want to call it. But I still can't fathom that comment of like, it's okay if you haven't seen Rebels, you don't really need to because Ahsoka's series or Rosario Dawson's show of the Ahsoka series is its own, entity, its own show. It's it's yeah, it just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense. And I think that for that, you need to watch it. I mean, don't you guys agree? It binds us. Correct. It does. So it's like, why would you not want to add? Why would you not want to watch? Why would you not want to watch it? It just, to me, it doesn't make sense when you say those things. As Binksy said, it's all connected. Gray Jedi, it binds us. It really does. So it's like to have those two, and we should be getting a special guest pretty soon. Hopefully they chime in because I would love to get their take on this because this is one that really kind of concerns me with, and this is gonna lead into something else that we're gonna talk about. Um, you know, are these characters that they're casting like I get it, you don't have to watch the series, but shouldn't you watch the series? Like, look at Hayden Christensen and Ewan McGregor. Like, they both, and we have a special guest here, so I want to introduce him. He's a good buddy of mine. It's been a while, but I want to welcome him, and that is Power of the Force. What's going
What's up, bro? What's up,
What's
man?
up, dude?
I hear you.
How's everything?
You're on Andor. You're on Rebels. Let's do it. Let's
Dude,
talk.
let's talk, bro. So Natasha Liu Bordizzo just came out recently and said that you don't need to watch Rebels. It's okay. You can get away with it by watching the Ahsoka series because it's a standalone. How do you feel about that?
I feel that you should at least watch some of Rebels. I mean, it just explains so much that
Right.
just hopping into like this series, it's kind of like you're like missing out on like all like information and stuff that you should probably know, but you're not gonna know because you're just hopping into this show. I mean, you can't just hop in and not like know at least some of Rebels.
Right. And it's like, I could understand if this was a series like The Mandalorian when it first came out, nobody knew anything about it. You didn't have to really watch anything because I mean, you've had characters come in and cameo, but realistically, like Mando's his own story. Like yeah, he came from Mando, like, but it's still its own like Western story. But to sit there and come out publicly, like this is the one thing, and I spoke about it before you hopped on. Ewan McGregor and Hayden Christensen, before they did the Kenobi series, they watched the Clone Wars. They've watched everything that's come out leading up to now, up until the point of the Kenobi series. So they have an understanding of the character, right? Because so much already has changed of Anakin Skywalker. It's not the same Anakin Skywalker from, the prequels. You have a different kind from the Clone Wars. So he needed to understand that, which I have to say, they really actually didn't do much with the Clone Wars in that. I just, like I wanted to say that. Not really much was touched on that. So, but anyway.
Yeah, it was mostly from A New
Prequels.
Hope.
Yeah, it was
And
prequels. It was more prequels.
it's all like prequels and like New Hope kind of
Yeah,
thing, maybe a little bit, but
which was
mostly
cool.
like prequels and stuff. And so like the movies is easier to watch, but to watch a show for like 6, 7 seasons with Clone Wars, it's quite
It's a
the task. So
lot.
I guess they knew that a lot of people were gonna watch Obi-Wan, but not everybody has seen Clone Wars. But mostly everybody's seen like the prequels, but Clone Wars, I don't think they should have. That's good that they didn't tie that much with Clone Wars because not everybody's seen Clone Wars, and
It's
the
true. Like,
majority of people have seen the prequels instead of Clone Wars. Like your basic fan. So
right.
they knew that they would lure in all these fans of Obi-Wan for the Obi-Wan show. They would lure them in, like just based on the original trilogy and the prequels and the billions of dollars these movies have made. Clone Wars hasn't made billions of dollars like the movies. So
Right.
yes,
It's true.
that makes a lot of sense to do it that way.
Right. And it's funny because like I know we're getting a little bit off topic, but it goes hand in hand because like for me, it's like I've seen the Clone Wars, but like it's been such a long like I've rewatched like I think I'm not even kidding you because with the time that I've had, I literally just started rewatching season 6 now. Like I'm like on like the 6th episode now.
I actually started rewatching it recently, like the last month, and I'm like in season 3 right now, just to like rewatch it again and stuff. So
Yeah,
I'm actually diving back into Clone Wars again, just to get the feel again, and get more detail and stuff.
yeah, man. It's like, I can't, I couldn't do, while I was watching the Kenobi series, I couldn't like sit there and like watch, it was hard to do the both of them at the same time. It was hard. And, or even to do it before, because it's like people work, like I work, like I don't have time. Like if I was a kid, it would make sense. But dude, it was a lot. It was a lot. And I'm happy that they kept it to the prequels. Like, it was just, it was
Yeah,
like if you, it was like a continuation of the prequel trilogy and um and Rebels because you have
And,
Inquisitor.
and then and then Revenge of the Sith and stuff. With Order
Right.
66 happening, and then
Attack
the
of the Clones
training with
too.
him and Obi-Wan and stuff. The training together, which was really nice. And the whole Order 66, it's just from Revenge of the Sith, the movie. So it was a nice little detail they threw that in there. I really really enjoyed that part.
Right, right, right. Yeah, no, I mean, so many great storylines in the Clone Wars. Yeah, I mean, there's so many. I mean, I'm watching now. I'm on. Remember the Sifo Dyas one when Plo Koon finds Sifo Dyas, his ship and the lightsaber. Like I'm on that. That it overall like the story arcs are so. I was watching the one just now too. You remember the one with Jar Jar Binks and like Mace Windu?
Yeah,
And
yeah,
yeah, they're running, and he's like, ah. It's just funny, like
yeah.
Order 66 classic. I mean, that's what I say is like it was just nice overall to see that they touched on the prequel trilogy a lot more because it touched a fan base that again was more focused on prequel trilogy and OTs, which made more sense.
Yeah, it makes a whole lot of sense. Yeah.
So oh, is this me? Ooh, hold on, let me try to hold on. Oh, there we go. I had to mute you for a second, George. My bad, because I don't know why it's an echo. Talk now.
Oh,
Oh, you're
okay.
good
Yeah.
now. Oh, all right. So, but yeah, no, I mean that's something that I truly love Jar Jar. Yeah, I said it. I'm still waiting on Darth Jar Jar. Darth Jar
Can you hear me?
Jar. Yeah, he's perfect. That's my
Yeah.
dude. Yeah, for sure. Like,
Hey, hey, I'm
so
getting like bad reception here. I'll try to hop on back in a bit.
all right, sounds good, man. Thank you
Okay.
again for hopping on. I'll see you in a
All right, you
bit.
got it, man. All right, bye.
But again, it's still overall like it's just see how we're talking about the shows. We go back to the TV shows. That's what I'm talking about. That's what we need to do is go back to those things because again, you can't watch a character that exists already and has so much content, where I'm still waiting on a Jar Jar series. I'm with you there, Binksy. I am so with you there. But it's just you want everything connects. And even with like the Mandalorian, you have to watch it now. I mean, with watching things that are full, well, no, not even like, I mean, but still, you should still watch the Mandalorian because like you're gonna watch Book of Boba Fett, right? And you're gonna be like, well, where did Mando come from? Where, like, why is he? You have to at least watch the season prior. Like, I would say, kind of like what Para was saying, like, watch a little bit of it. So, like, if you're gonna watch the Ahsoka series, watch at least, my gosh, at least watch like the last season so you have an idea and you're caught up with what's going on. And like this is another thing, like we might even see Captain Rex in this. Like that's like I'm telling you, like there's so much for the Ahsoka series that they're gonna give us, and it's exciting because there's a lot. There is a lot to see going forward, and like I said, I'm truly excited. I am on board for the Ahsoka series. I can't wait as we know that it's coming out pretty soon. Obviously end of this year, early next year. I'm gonna take that Ahsoka is gonna come out during celebration time. That's what I'm gonna say. That's what I believe. They'll probably air they'll do what they did with the Kenobi series. They'll show 2 episodes over there because this is gonna be a one and done. You know that. Like this is gonna be a one and done. That'll probably even talk a little bit, honestly, about the sequel trilogy. I wouldn't even be surprised if it leads into that or talks a little bit about that because this is really far out, the Ahsoka series. But that's for another live stream. We're not going to do that today. I promise myself I'm not going to talk about that. But what we can talk about, which is topic number 3, the new Star Wars movies, right? What to expect and what really is going on because we haven't had a Star Wars movie since The Rise of Skywalker in 2019. And yes, I know the pandemic hit, COVID hit, I get it. But, there's a lot going on. And right now, the person at the forefront is Taika Waititi's new movie and what is to come. Now, I did a video on this when I know he was joking and all this stuff where he asked, Natalie Portman if she wanted to do Star Wars. And I'm sorry that I'm laughing because it's funny. He asked Natalie Portman if she wanted to do Star Wars. And, she ended up saying, yeah, I was in the prequel trilogy. somebody commented like, he has a habit of like, joking in interviews. I get that, but like that's not something you want to publicize. You don't want to put out that you're asking jokingly, because then it makes it seem like you don't know Star Wars. And then for me, I start thinking like, are we really hiring people? Like, are we really putting people that understand Star Wars? Because then I think back to, Natasha's character. Are we? Do you understand that you need to watch certain, shows or movies to understand the character? And if you don't, then it doesn't even make sense. Want a badass want badass fight scenes and new force abilities. Dude, I'm with you. I am like so with you there, dude. I want to see that force pulse where freaking like Starkiller freaking like disintegrates everybody. That's the one I'm dying to see in freaking live action. I think that Taika Waititi's movie needs to talk about something different. Shy away from the Skywalker trilogy. I get it. We're always listen. There's always gonna be a taste of the Skywalker trilogy, right? Because it could be a character that foresaw, somebody, a character that would bring great balance to the Force, in years to. That's you're always gonna get a taste of that. I believe. I really do believe so. But it's more of how far back can we go? I don't think he even wants to touch the High Republic, and I'm okay with that. Again, this isn't a knock to it. I just don't want High Republic. I don't, because we have so much content on the comment. Like, if they want to do a series, that's totally fine. What I didn't like about the High Republic is that, or what I don't like about it is that like it was a copycat off of the Old Republic. So basically, we're gonna bring out a series called the High Republic and basically like water it down so it's kid friendly. That's what it is. That's really what the High Republic is. It's a watered down version. Like, you have pirates and all this stuff. I get that, but we already have that with Hondo. Like, it's nothing new. It's cool. Like, yeah, the concept, like, but come on. I mean, the Old Republic was better off. Like, you could have taken like the stories from the Old Republic and revamped it and made it different. Like Malgus's character, like there's so many characters there that you could have retouched and talked about. And it's like, that was a missed opportunity. You could have done brand new comics, brand new books, a video game, like we know we have Knights of the Old Republic coming out, like the remake, but you had an opportunity to talk about so much and you missed out on that. And that to me is the most upsetting part. But again, it's Disney. They have to water things down. I get it. It's different. It's their Star Wars. It's not mine. So I totally understand it. And it is what it is. There's nothing you can really do about it. So, I mean, at that point, look, I just want Taika Waititi to do a good job. I want him to bring us something that's different, that has a different flavor. It's not, it's not something that we've seen before. I want it to be something that it's out of this world, where it's a different, breath of fresh air of Star Wars that we've never gotten before. And I'm okay with that. Like, I'm so cool with having something brand new. I don't mind a new Star Wars. I think that it's about time we get that. So I'm on board with a new Star Wars. Comment down below if that's something that you're in for, a brand new Star Wars trilogy that has nothing to do with the Skywalker saga. So the next topic that we're going to go to is, I had to go here, and this is going to close it out for the night, and that is Starkiller. So it's been talked about, according to the news outlets all over, right, that cover Star Wars news, the person to helm, okay, the person to helm Starkiller is supposed to be, and they're talking about it being, Christian Bale. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about this, and I know this is going to open up Pandora's box, and we'll talk about Pandora's box in a little bit, because I actually went there and got something. I have mixed feelings about Christian Bale. And again, you guys can open the gates and start chiming in on it. I feel that for me, I can't see anybody play Starkiller other than Sam Witwer. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the truth, and it's the damn truth, because I said so. Like, I can't see, and I know there's people that say they love him, they love Christian Bale, they wouldn't mind seeing him. And I've seen some art, where Christian Bale's kind of like shaved as we've seen him in Thor, right? But I still can't see him as a Starkiller. I can't. Great Jedi. Watch Thor. Don't think he's a Starkiller. Sam's the man. I haven't, it's funny, Great Jedi. I mean, and again, I haven't seen Thor. But if you're saying that, that speaks a lot of volume because you just saw him as a badass character in a Marvel movie. So if you can't even see him as a Starkiller character, that says a lot, bro. Like from being a fan says a lot. And it's like I agree with you. Sam's the man. Like I just can't fathom, this other, like Christian Bale as Starkiller. I can't. And then like let's talk about the other elephant in the room. We're bringing Starkiller right to live action. How are you going to do this? How in the hell are they going to do this? Because I mean, again, look, listen. First off, let me just say this. I know for those of you who have watched my video on the Eternal Sith Network, again, I talked about it. Christian Bale has went to to be he almost got casted as Tobias Beckett. He even went as far as considering the role of Anakin Skywalker for the prequel trilogy. He's been in this before. He's been in the trying to go for the role of these things, but Starkiller, I mean, I could see if it was a character that we haven't seen in live action before, but like, or in video games, but I can't see this. I can't see this overpower him. I mean, I mean that. See, I'm with you there, Great Jedi. But the problem is, they can't. There's no way, because then it goes to this video that I did earlier today as a short on my channel at the Eternal Sith Network. I don't know if you got to see it. If some of you guys got to see it, where you know Vader, if he would have never basically turned mechanical, basically robotic, I mean, he would have been Starkiller. Literally, he would have been as strong as Starkiller, if not stronger. But because again, he obviously got his limbs cut and everything like that by Kenobi. He was taken back. So I don't think Star Wars. I can't see them going that route of giving us a character that's super OP. That would be a lot. Great Jedi, think about that. That's a lot for them to do. Listen, I'm there. I want this. This is what I want as a Star Wars fan. I'm dying. I mean, like, you give us Rey, right? I mean, you know what? I'm not even gonna go into that. But I want to see, that's really what I want. I want to see Starkiller, but done right. I want to see the same Starkiller I got in the video games into live action, if that's what I'm gonna get. And they're talking about that he's supposedly been cast for Starkiller in live action. So this isn't animation. This is live action. So this is the real deal. Now, again, does he become an Inquisitor? Is this, which Starkiller are we getting? Are we getting, Force Unleashed 2 Starkiller? Are we getting the first one? Are we getting his story told from the get? Because how does that really work? And how, like, again, I have to understand where we're at in the timeline with his character. Are we basically, now kind of yeah, because then, like, that's a whole bunch of, like, again, are you going to make those characters from, the Force Unleashed canon? Like Ramkata? Like, I need to understand that. No one or way to defeat him. However, Vader will always be the most powerful. But will he? I mean, I'll tell you this. In the Force Unleashed, yeah, Vader's powerful as hell. But like, can you really see that? How, like, can you really, like, that would be, let me tell you something. If I'm going to see a series at all, I would love to see Starkiller. That I will put my money on to see in live action. Starkiller against Vader. You have my money. You have my money. I mean, like, literally. I would rather see that more than freaking, I would rather watch that more than freaking Kenobi. That's where I'm at, to be honest. That's what I would love to see. I mean, but again, I don't know how you're gonna. I mean, Vader's gonna, like you said, is the most powerful. Going back to what Great Jedi said, Darth Vader will always be the most powerful. But then I mean, like, look, listen, that scene in Force Unleashed when he freaking does like the Force pulse. I mean, that's freaking awesome. And Vader's just like walking through and it doesn't even like phase him and nothing happens to him. Like, he disintegrates everybody and Vader's fine. Like, that's dope. Like, that is dope as hell. But again, are we gonna see that in live action? I don't think so. I really don't. Love Darth Vader, but in my opinion, there are more powerful Sith Lords. Oh, hands down. Hands down. He's not the. If you think Vader's the most. First of all, Vader is too robotic. Vader is mechanical. There is no way. That's why I would love to see. I mean, I know that Vader would win against Maul, but I think Maul would give, Vader a run for his money. Vader is way more powerful and ruthless. Like, I get it. but like Maul is very, acrobatic. Like I could see that being like, it's like watching like, a 6 foot like 5 person versus like a 5'10" person. It's two different things, but it's like it's an interesting fight because you still never know, right? You have a person who's so powerful, but then you have a person who's so acrobatic. It's two different fighting styles. So it's like it's still it still brings entertainment to the fight, and I think that that would be something cool. And I'm with you. Like I said, I still have to see how they're gonna do, Starkiller, and if Christian Bale is gonna helm him. I mean, I don't. Does he become? Is this the Inquisitor, Starkiller that we're getting? Like, is that what we're gonna get? I don't know. I don't know. And I at this point, I think we've kind of done the Starkiller. I mean, the Inquisitor thing a lot. I mean, I don't know if we're gonna get any in Andor. I wouldn't be surprised. But and I wouldn't be surprised we see Palpatine. I wouldn't be surprised we see Vader. I mean, at this point, right? Hayden Christensen is signed on to do Ahsoka. Why not have him in there for like a cameo? I mean, there's so many, again, so many people that they can go towards, and it goes back to what you were saying, Great Jedi. There's so many characters that the EU has, that we can get, and during this time. And comment, who would you want to see come in, in the Andor series, the Ahsoka series? I mean, look, listen, I love this time period because I mean, I would love to see, what I would want to see? I like how the comics are doing it with the Vader series. They're talking about from Empire Strikes Back to Return of the Jedi, where Vader now knows about Exegol and all this stuff. Like, that to me is dope as hell. And I would love to see like little in betweens. I think like that's where I see like the Lando series coming in. Like, I would love to see that really happen and dive into something where it's an in between. That's something that would excite me. I would enjoy, again, all these, again, there's so much for Star Wars, and I'm super excited. And I like I said, I just can't wait. And with that being said, with all the topics that we spoke about today, I'm super excited. I can't wait for what's to come for Star Wars. I think that it's on the up. I mean, Andor, something to be excited for. Ahsoka, the new movies, Starkiller. I mean, it's all good news, and the fact that Starkiller is even getting resurfaced is simply amazing. I love Starkiller. I mean, I have his. I'll do that on another live stream. I'll show you guys. I have both of his hilts. So again, such a dope character, amazing. Before I hop off, I wanted to show you guys this haul that I bought. Well, not haul, but just a figure that I got to get. Let me know what you guys think. I don't know if you guys could really see it, but I know you guys could see like the stream. But I got this Vader. This is cool. It says Unleashed. This is really cool. I always saw these, but I never bought it. And it has the art here from Revenge of the Sith. Um, yeah, it can't get worse, Great Jet. I'm with you, dude. It really can't. It can't get worse from here. It has to go up. That's what the Vader looks like. I haven't taken it out yet. I have to find a home for him. I still have to probably build. I'm gonna probably build a shelf there and a whole bunch of stuff. So I'll be taking this out pretty soon. And you guys can see this. It's pretty cool. I mean, it really is. Ha! You're funny. No, I collect them though. I collect them. So yeah, that's where I'm at. But yeah, guys, there's some stuff that I'm gonna talk about. Stay tuned on this channel as I'm putting some shorts out. If you're not subscribed, please subscribe. Hit that like and notification bell so you're always in the know. I'm gonna be doing another live stream on Thursday with Rob's Rules, so stay tuned for that one. Might do a live stream tomorrow. I don't know. There's some things that I want to talk about that I want to discuss, but I won't do it for again. I'll do it probably the next live stream. So just stay tuned for that. But like I said, yeah, thank you guys so much for tuning in, and I really appreciate you guys as you guys are the real ones. So thank you so much for tuning in today. Hit the subscribe, like, and notification bell so you're always in the know. Thank you so much. And Great Jedi, the Rabbit Toys, we'll talk about that. We have a lot to talk about that. But anyway, horns up. Later, guys.